accident. So with this gun confiscation scheme gone full swing, it's trending across social media platforms. Obviously, we got to do a video. A whole lot of people posting, talking about how they lost all of their firearms in a boating accident with Mike from Abbotsford. But that doesn't work out too well, given that it's up to your due diligence to have reported any firearm previously lost or stolen. We could sit around and talk about hiding firearms and stuff, but we don't want to get into anything about cosmoline and PVC tubing. Back in the 80s, when it came down to the first long gun registry, as formulated by Justin Trudeau's father, aka Fidel Castro's cuckold, my own father, who was certainly nobody's cuckold, walled his up in the back of our closet. Now, that seems a little obvious, and luckily we don't have anything that's actually fallen under the prohibited list, as anything that we would have, we see no use for, really. I mean, they're these dangerous assault-style firearms, so why would we need them? When we've had them, we've purchased them specifically for movies and stuff, and then sell them right afterwards because there's just no need. They're so dangerous and scary. So if your options are between non-compliance and unreported lost or stolen firearms, I guess it just depends on which felony conviction you want to fall under. There's also a lot of talk about holding out in non-compliance in hopes that this whole thing goes away, because it is a huge waste of taxpayers' money and it's not solving any gun crimes at all, as per Statistics Canada. But I mean, there's a risk therein as well, given that if you do play out the non-comply to its fullest extent of its date ratio, then you fall into a felony category punishable by up to 15 years in jail. So simple logic tells us that a firearm that can't be seen is a firearm that can't be confiscated. And so in this video, we're gonna hang our shotgun here and teach you how to paint a custom woodland camo pattern. On a black surface, we would normally start with a beige base coat, but given that this guy is green to start with, we're just going to slap the beige over top and then leave some alternating zigzag lines of the green. Something kind of like this. Oh, one dime! So like these purported assault-style firearms, we're not going to go full auto on this, just little spurts. We've got one diagonal that way, another this way. And the idea with painting a camo pattern might seem simple enough, but it's surprisingly tricky and can actually look not quite nearly as good if done incorrectly. Kind of realizing that the shotgun itself was more of a tan color to begin with, we are going to hit it up with a bit of green dusting. And dusting is just sort of like a distance spray. And just go over top of some of these beige lines that we've created on here. It's already kind of looking pretty 18 montage. Speaking of which, an interesting little trick is to take some mesh and just sort of put it over top of some of the green diagonal parts that you've painted in and give it a couple hits. Normally we would use brown for this, but our can is jammed. Stay tuned to the end for a little bonus reel of what we do with those. With our brown being a no-go, we do have this kind of browny beige, so we're just gonna hit it a couple spots with this. These kinds of little dotted patterns. Showing up a little better, but the minute details do make more the aesthetic. With a shortage of brown and dark green, you can throw some black in there for some shadow effects. Throw on some foliage. Here we've got some pine needles. You always want to hit your diagonals whenever possible. Nothing in nature is completely uniform or straight. And you can come back in with some of your beiges, dark greens and browns. Take away that 80s G.I. Joe camo look a little bit. And we'll just paint some happy little trees in here. Bob Ross, eat your heart out.
Just the joy of painting. Let's have a little touch of water in this painting. I love water, and it's always fun to do. Reach right over here and grab a touch. Just a touch of the phthalo green. Don't need much of that. No pressure. No pressure. Just let it float. It's very strong. This painting should make you happy. It should be a fun experience.
Green dots on a zigzag pattern. Layer up some more black. Oh, maybe we're out of black. Toast. I lied, we're almost out, but in that instance, it's just kind of the cap that clogged. And I'm sure you kind of get where we're going here. It's all zigzag lines with zigzag patterned layering to your personal aesthetic. So a lot of your takeaway here should be, as I mentioned, your pattern isn't actually random. It's rather calculated, or needs to be, to create that randomness that you would see in nature. Done all kinds of these paint jobs for the film industry, working in props and armory on some firearms. So there you go. Your customized woodland camo pattern. Certainly not the best we've done, but also not the worst that we've seen.
These men promptly escaped from a maximum security stockade to the Los Angeles underground. Today, still wanted by the government, they survive as soldiers of fortune. If you have a problem, if no one else can help, and if you can find them, maybe you can hire the A-Team.